So what's going on?
Dude, mission.
Just show me.
It's a mission. It's a whole mission today, man.
As usual.
Yeah, prepping for GTA. Pretty much getting new wheels, tires, suspension. You know, got all the power dialed in with Zach at CSG. This is what we got. So check these out. These are the new TWS RS317 18x11 Supra spec. It's kind of like the GT4 spec. RT660, sorry.
So right now, this is the third spring swap that we're doing?
This is gonna be the third one, yeah.
Yeah. So Jerel drove my car in Vegas. Like the first time that my car was running solidly enough that he could feel the full like power and how the car drives. And I have different spring rates than him, come to find out. Obviously I have MCS on Swift springs, and Jerel was on KW Club Sports yeah. with their standard springs. So he was like, let's change the spring rates out. Found out they were super soft, especially with the amount of aero Jerel has. So went to Swift, but then now the issue switching spring rates is that the lengths are different. So trying different weights and lengths. Luckily the front is okay now, like second try, but take into account how big the tires are now and the wheels.
Yep.
The rears are way too short. So
and in the rear, since it's like it's a divorced setup, so the spring is like, you know, in the back here. We have it off right now, but when we had the Swift 8-inch,
yeah.
Plus, like we changed the helper spring too. Yeah, and those were like pretty short.
Yeah,
it just made the whole car shorter. And then on top of that, having the fat wheel and tire.
Yeah, like right now, there's no more vertical adjustment. We're past the threads of the collars on the springs seats. So tomorrow
we gotta go
You gotta go to Swift.
Trim the springs, and I think so. We're gonna go with a 9-inch because they don't have 8.5. They don't have half-inch. It's like 8 or 9.
Well, at least it's not 7, dude, because we need to go up.
Yeah, we gotta go up. So 9-inch. So now we're doing 9-inch. But here's the thing. I originally wanted 20K spring rate, but now the highest spring rate they have at 9-inch is 16K.
Yeah.
So 16K, and then we'll do 12K in the front.
Which is to me, sounds like a better distribution or like relation front to rear spring rate.
Yeah.
But it all depends on the aero at that point.
What's your spring rates?
So if we could get a reply from our supplier, then we would know our spring rates, because I can't find what we originally spec'd it at earlier this year, like in January when we placed the order.
It feels pretty stiff when I drove it.
Yeah.
I want to say like maybe close to 20K, maybe, for sure.
20Ks?
Yeah, 20K rear, and then maybe in the front, like...
Hopefully by the time the end of this video gets recorded and posted, we're gonna know the answer. So yeah, comment down below and guess what you guys think my spring rates are and see if Jerel's right. He's at 20K.
20K rear and 16K front, maybe.
Damn, you think it's that high?
Yeah, 16.
Okay, I have no idea.
Maybe I have no idea. So, one more week till GTA. We got this.
Oh yeah. Nice. All right, guys. We just got back from our impromptu test day. Shout out to Chris at Speed Ventures and everybody else at Speed Ventures for letting us hop on randomly, just showing up. So that was nice to be able to get one last shakedown in. But let's talk to Jerel and see what his thoughts were from that track day.
Yo, what up, man? Yo.
How did I know we've talked about it together, but what were your thoughts about ACS?
ACS was like probably a better shakedown, I guess, from the other track days this year, for sure. Yeah. You know, knowing like just some of like the small issues we've been having with power, just on like the charge temp side. But other than that,
which was good because ACS were like wide open for like the majority of the lap.
Yeah, so. I mean the weather was good. We had like pretty long straightaways to like really log in.
Yeah.
just like the power, just doing different maps.
Yeah.
And then
and shout out to Zach at Counter Space Garage, because he was like, we were messaging each other like on the fly, so he was right on deck to make any changes right away.
Yeah, thank you, Zach, for sure. This guy's a wizard. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I was on like race tires, but everything else is pretty good, especially with the new springs that we put on here.
That's right.
The Swift springs, we did a 12K in the front and then a 16K in the rear.
Yeah.
I wanted to do 20K in the rear, but they didn't have the length that I needed for that, for a 20K. So that would have to be custom made.
Yeah.
So that would be like a next season thing. But yeah.
But did you honestly feel like you needed it to be stiffer in the rear?
It would be like a little bit stiffer, I think. I think I'd do without it.
Yeah.
I think what could be better on adjustment, maybe we'll make the more downforce on the wing.
Yeah.
I think that might be a little better, because I felt like a little too much oversteer for my liking.
Yeah.
So I did try to disconnect the sway bar like how you have in your car, but no, it was just.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Oh, weird.
It was a little too loose and a little too like it wouldn't be like tight through the corners. It would kind of like want to keep going.
It's a little more like pliable, I guess is the right word.
Yeah.
In the rear.
Yeah, exactly.
Different driving style, so.
Yeah, different driving style for sure.
Yeah.
Because I saw you, man, you're like literally kissing the wall and then just like diving down.
Oh, through turn.
Through the turn two.
Through the bowl, yeah. We were on different tires. I was on my old. No, actually, I'm sorry. We were trying out the new size on our car, the 275, so smaller width, but a bigger sidewall. 275 40
the
18.
40. How did you like the 40?
The 40 is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm almost kind of mad because we've been running like a year and a half on the wrong sidewall. So
crazy, man. So like, what was like the major difference between like the 40 and the 35, or even the 30?
It's just like we were saying about the sway bar end length, the car feels more pliable. Like it's, instead of it being so stiff and then you give it input and it decides to slide or it doesn't react right away, the bigger sidewall, because it's more pliable, like it takes that initial change in the weight, and it kind of just, instead of the tire slipping, it just, I'll get through the turn like that.
Nice.
Yeah, for the front and for the rear.
Wow, yeah. So I haven't tried the 40 sidewall, but I do have the new Falcon 295 40 18 RT660s, which I'm going to use for GTA. So
I'm so jealous.
We'll see how those go.
I'm on 275 and he's on 295.
Those things like stick out. Like if you look over here, this is like a 285.
Yeah.
285 30, which is like literally like this fat.
Yeah.
And then it's on a new my new wheels.
Yeah.
The TWS RS 317.
Yeah.
18 by 11.
Which is the Supra GT4 spec.
GT4 spec. Yeah. GT4 is the goal, man.
So today we're just looking at potential boost leaks, tidying that up, and then trying to improve the water flow for the charge cooling system. So hopefully you'll be able to run map 4. It's supposed to be cold this weekend, so that'd be nice if we could just stay in map 4 the whole time. By the time we get out there, probably around 60 something.
Yeah. 60 high.
Nice. 60 high.
60 high, so damn.
Boost season.
Boost season for sure. Hell yeah.
Cool, so Anthony, I think, is wrapping Jerel's car up real quick, but we had the rare opportunity. My diffuser, we just fixed the other night before ACS. So let me show you guys the bottom of the diffuser. You can see it's not that heavy, but it's made out of aluminite and then just metal sheets. But my favorite part about this is the curvature of the fins. So this thing makes a big difference. And our bracketry right now, our BBDs, brackets by Dale, have been working out great. So it only mounts to 4 points, but this thing is solid. So once this comes off, it's gonna go over to Robert at ChewWorks for corner balance and alignment again. And then we're gonna put some tunnels into our splitter. Wait, I almost forgot. So it's gonna be, again, me, Jerel, Daniel's car, Daniel's GRD6. We're putting the full SPL kit on, so this needs to go to corner balance and alignment after Anthony finishes installing those. And then Jay's BRZ, which he said we're gonna go as fast as we can in that car. And The goal with both of these cars is basically, since they're fresh SEMA builds with no shakedown, no testing, and again, it's only been 2 days or 3 days since SEMA happened. For Jay, he's got a baseline time before all the mods happen on his car. Someone who drove the car did it at a 158. So for Jay's car, personally, I don't know what his goal is, but for us, the goal is going to be to at least match that same time. So the thing with that is that because the car's got so much more aero, it's got the wide body kit on, it's got heavier wheels, it'll be interesting to see that balance of better aero, wider wheels and tires with a bigger contact patch, but obviously it's going to have more drag. So hopefully with better brakes and the aero to help stop the car, we can make up for it in the turns, and then hopefully our straight line speed isn't too badly affected with that car. All right guys, so we're also working on Daniel's car. The goal for this car is a little bit different. Very excited to and grateful for Daniel letting me drive this car. Let's see what he thinks.
I think it'll be nice for this to leave SEMA show. It had a wonderful reception last week, but I think, you know, traditionally speaking, everybody expects that SEMA show cars are only that. They're just meant to sit there static and look beautiful. And, you know, while that's true for a lot of the builds that I do, I feel like this one's a little bit different. We always knew that we wanted to make sure this car saw some track time. Clearly, me being a novice driver, I wouldn't be the right person for this. So it just happens to be that you guys, as my partner, you are a very competitive driver, well established there. So it'll be good. We'll get to kind of see what this car is capable of doing. You know, again, it's still stock power, but I think just to be able to get some respectable times, I mean, will it be competitive? Absolutely not. I'm not like naive in any way to believe that. But to be able to show that this car truly can hold its own, do well out on the track, and get a respectable time, I think that would be great. And really to be able to do a first shakedown on the aero would be also really, really awesome. So it's kind of good to be able to go through everything once again. We have a little bit more time now that SEMA's done to be able to get all the suspension stuff done, ride height dialed in, suspension alignment's all done. Just kind of going through and just kind of retorquing all of the aero bits just to make sure everything is buttoned down, and hopefully this will be ready in about 2 days to go to the track.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, it's going to be a very cool thing to see the difference between not only Jay's car and your car, but you know, to see all the parts that most people would want as a GR86 owner. You've got the Brembo BBK, KW coilover suspension, crazy aero, a cage. So it'll be interesting to see, without any shakedown or testing, could this put down a lap time that is respectable, or maybe even fast. Like I'm honestly hoping, like, oh whoa, we weren't expecting to do that kind of a lap time. But the negative aspect to it is that because the car's so nice, I obviously, you know, I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna feel the need to jump some curbs, but I'm not gonna do that. So
well, look, I mean, as you're out there, I trust you. As you're out there and you're taking it around, and you see that there's a little bit of areas that where we can push the car, and you get to feel that we're not making any contact with the aero, there's enough wheel articulation and travel, then I mean, look, I trust you. You know, and again, we're not in any way looking to break records or set lap records or win any type of awards. We're just simply there that, hey, for the first time out, can this get a respectable lap time? And I think you'll be able to squeeze everything out of that to be able to find that number for us. So,
and it's very cool that, because a lot of people think like, oh, you go to the track, you got to do power mods first. It's actually the exact opposite. So it'll be nice to see, what are we at right now? Stock power with an exhaust. So what is stock power? 240?
Yeah, give or take. So it'll be good. It's you know, again, hopefully it's a pretty balanced car, and you know, again, for me personally, I would just love to see the car in that track aesthetics and context, because you know, I know there's, you know, quite a number of people out there that are thinking that this is never going to see a track at all. You know what I mean? This is going to be a 100% show car, and we'll kind of show them otherwise next week. So